So, ja, willkommen zurück aus der letzten kurzen Pause.
Okay, we come back from the last short break of the practice track, and now we will hear Galina Goduhina, and I hope that her presentation, that I presented her correctly and that her name was pronounced correctly, and her presentation will be in English. I will switch to English, and then we will have a break afterwards.
She's going to talk about how ONLYOFFICE users accepted and managed the challenges of the pandemic this year. So, thank you. Welcome.
Einen schönen guten Tag und
welcome. And if you don't mind, I would like to speak in German. And I'm Galina, and for the last 14 years I've been working with the ONLYOFFICE team, and today I would like to speak about limitless free, borderless free, but still safe pandemic challenges and how to face them using ONLYOFFICE. And because of the new reality, most activities are switched online, so we try to lose as little as possible from our everyday work, and we would like to use different online venues to cover our necessary spheres. And this is not a new development. It didn't start in 2019, but the situation that we saw last year obviously made the need even more urgent. But we always knew that it would make sense to really be able to cover all activities and processes online. And we are trying and have been trying for the last 11 years at Essential Systems to cover this online. And the number of users has been growing globally, so we simply continue our work. And our main project is online for text documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. And we assume that documents are always, or can be considered to be the core element of any process. And it is true that different companies or organizations have different needs, and one might have specific requirements with regard to data management, and sometimes there might be geographic or political prerequisites, but we can hardly think of an organization or any other form of institution where there are no documents used in management. But we don't want to create another Microsoft or Google. We would like to develop a new project which follows specific principles. For example, standard components. We don't need any new formats. We don't need a specific own browser, but we would like to use with what one likes working with. And the solution should be available as a cloud solution, and there should be the availability of documents should be secured. Our solution should be of high quality, and it should offer a rich sphere or rich functionality. And it should be still using the well-known user surface and should support collaboration and flexibility. And this last point is well-fitting to the summit, that is offering opportunities and not limits. So documents should be integrated into any system, and we want to see how this can be moved forward. So we used OpenOffice XML as basic format to secure a compatibility with formats, and also to avoid any problems with format transition. These source codes are used for online, mobile, and desktop to make sure that everything will work identically. JavaScript was used as universal programming language, and on the server side we use Node.js and Node.js. So here you see Docker, DigitalOcean, User-Natives, and also DAB and the Univention app. And you notice can be used as a source code at JPL version 3. And ONLYOFFICE was initially seen as a cloud service, and all are used for online. And the cloud offers ideal prerequisites to scale all services. ONLYOFFICE can be used for any kind of number, or any number of users, and then operated as a cluster. With a cloud, you can also link different sites, and all employees can then work online using the same documents. We use MS specifications to support all MS-compatible functions, and Super XML is at the center of our strategy, so we can say that there is 100% compatibility. This is with regard to format, objects, text styles, and so on. And with HTML Canvas, all elements are rendered. And the independence of operating systems, browsers, or different devices. When you display a process and print, everything looks 100% identical. With ONLOTUS, you can use all different types of formatting, but also using complex objects, and, for example, having a table of content and other elements that you can use as well. And JavaScript also allows for expanding functionality, because you can add all different plugins that we can think of. We tried to create a user interface which is looking very familiar. So everything is exactly placed where one would expect it. The client-side performance in OpenOffice is increasing collaboration and offers the following freedoms. Everybody can have very different access rights. You cannot only display documents or allow them to be worked upon, but also you can just comment them, or you can only allow the filling in of forms, for example. Well, you can allow specific functions or not, for example, changes, the downloading, the printing, or copying. And what is important is that each user has the possibility, when working on a document on a specific server, that a specific user can optimize a specific function, and this independently from the other users. Only converting, saving, and repeating are done on the server side. So each user can reverse or repeating and can thus follow the changes that have happened. Now coming to the flexibility in ONLYOFFICE. ONLYOFFICE can be integrated in more than 30 well-known and well-used platforms. And you can use plugins to do anything you like. And a few examples will be shown here. So with ONLYOFFICE, you can editor in a specific web service, and now we have, this is what more than 200 software developers have done. We now look at another point, which is even more important today, because the system should not only be comprehensive, but it should also be safe in all aspects, because everything is done online. And one can see this as a challenge of pandemics, because this question has become even more important today. The cloud-based digital platform should comply with GDPR, and person-related data should only be available on the own server or on local and tested servers, so personal and person-related data should still remain under complete control. And sometimes this can be guaranteed through an open source service. So this allows for transparency. There is the community support, but one should also bear in mind that this solution needs to be supported, and if one is not willing to organize one's own support service, then one should ask software developers whether support functions are available from their side. ONLYOFFICE is offering data security on the server level, but also on the client level. So you can install own service on your server, and our product doesn't store any person-related data, and identification will always be done through your platform, whichever platform you choose. There is a limited lifetime and protection of use. You can also have end-to-end encryption of your data and store these, and even when you work privately together, this can be encrypted. And we do not only encrypt the data while they are at a place, but also during transfer, because in online collaboration, we want to make sure that we stay safe. And last year, we have been doing end-to-end encryption for data. And what is so unique about our encryption? Well, we can say that we believe that 4 components play a role for encryption. One is a genuine end-to-end documentation encryption, safe storage during also safe operation collaboration, trusted UNI with existing experience and open source technology. So in ONLYOFFICE, we have private rooms. These are protected workspaces where a protected collaboration is possible. And in these managed rooms, anybody can work, or everybody can work with documents. And each symbol is submitted to the AES 256 standard. All entries and changes are encrypted, and this includes objects and images, and this is encrypted in an encrypted form. They are transmitted to the server and are then only unencrypted at the other end. And for the time being, for encryption, we only support OpenOffice XML document formats. And in contrast to other cloud services or virtual rooms, you can not only encrypt the documents and store your documents in an encrypted form, but you can also share them in a safe manner in real time, and also work in real time on this. All those who work with ONLYOFFICE will see that encryption is taking place immediately after uploading. This encryption is then passed on, and you don't even have to create a single own password or keep it in mind. With regard to our roadmap, well, we plan end-to-end encryption in ONLYOFFICE to develop this further, and this not only for our workspace server, but also for integration solutions. And we would like to do end-to-end encryption, also making them available for our mobile apps. Then further data or file formats, and then the next step will be the encryption of PDF and ODF files. And we will speak also about the introduction of master keys for multipliers. And this is a good idea in case of loss of control. And our main idea is to keep a balance between the endless possibilities of collaborating and unlimited freedom in online collaboration, but on the other hand, the utmost degree of safety. So endless freedom, but still safe. So with ONLYOFFICE, you can already experience this today. And thus, I would like to thank you for your time, and I'm now available for any questions that you might have.